This decision shocked fans across the league and forced the Cowboys to face a new reality. They now need a new number one cornerback, and NFL draft has become their main solution. Trevon Diggs was once seen as the future of the Cowboys secondary. His ball-hawking ability, confidence, and big play style made him one of the most talked about defense players in the league. However, injuries slowed him down over the last 3 seasons, adding growing tension with the team and the reported breach of the team travel rules, and the relationship finally reached its breaking point. Dallas chose to move on, closing an important chapter in franchise history. Now, the focus shifted to what comes next. Replacing Trevon Diggs is not easy. His brought turnovers, energy, and stars power to defense. But the Cowboys are not without options. The front office holds 2 first-round draft picks, giving them flexibility and power in the upcoming draft. Their mission is clear: finding a cornerback who can step in immediately and stabilize the boundary. One name at the top of the main draft boards is Jeremiah McCoy from the Tennessee. Even though he did not play during the 2025 season due to anterior cruciate ligaments injury, his talent is undeniable. Before the injury, McCoy looked like a top 15 pick. He has excellent footwork, strong athletic and ability, and he can play both place coverage and off-man coverage. If medical evaluations are positive, McCoy could become the Cowboys' top targets in round 1. Another strong option is Mansour Delane from the Louisiana State University. Delane made a big jump after transferring into the Southeast Conference. He proved he can handle elite competition by performing well against top programs like Alabama and Clemson. At 6 feet tall and 190 pounds, he has the size and athletic profile teams look for and a boundary cornerback. The line also has excellent ball skills, making him a neat natural candidate to replace Trevon Diggs' playmaking ability. Then there is Aviano Tellel from the Clemson. While he may not have an ideal size, his intelligence and techniques stand out. Tellel plays quickly and has smooth movement in both man and zone coverage. He is also willing to play physically against the run, which coaches values highly. Many scouts believe he has a higher floor, meaning he is like to become a reliable professional player, even if he is not a superstar. Colton Hood from the Tennessee is another intriguing name. Hood stepped up when his team was injured and used that opportunity to raise his draft stock. He showed strong athleticism and confidence, even though his statistics were not eye-popping. Declaring early for the draft surprised some people, but it suggests his camp received encouraging feedback from the league. Hood could be a late first-round pick or smarter selection if Dallas decides to trade down. Brandon Cisse from the South Carolina rounds out of the list a potential replacement. Cisse brings quick acceleration and strong instincts. He closes space fast and is aggressive attacking the football, while his tackling can be inconsistent, his ability to play man coverage gives him value at the next level. Some teams may even see him as the future slot cornerback, adding versatility to his profile. For the Cowboys, this draft is not just about replacing a player, it is about resetting the identity of the defense. The release of Trevon Diggs sends a message that performances, ability, and discipline matter. Dallas wants reliability as much as highlight plays, and their next cornerback must reflect that philosophy. As the offseason begins, all eyes will be on the Cowboys' draft strategy. Will they take risk on elite talent coming from injury? Will they choose a polished, ready-made starter, or they will trade down and breed depth? One thing is certain: the decision they make, the cornerback will shape the defense for the years to come. The Trevon Diggs era in Dallas is over. The next era is about to begin, and it will start on draft night when the Cowboys are back on the clock. Talking about a huge rumor that is Yes, once again, welcome to the last Cowboys hot news. Today we are talking about huge rumor that is shaking the NFL. A rumor that could change the future of the Dallas Cowboys. A rumor reported by NFL insider Mike Florio from the Pro Football Talk. According to the Florio, the Dallas Cowboys are in play to steal Brian Flores, the current defensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings. This is not just any coach. This is one of the best defensive minds in NFL. And if this happens, it could be one of the biggest coach move Dallas has made in years. So today, we will break down everything. Who is Brian Flores? Why would the Cowboys want him? Why might the Vikings fight to keep him? What happens to the Matt Eberflus? And most importantly, can Jerry Jones actually pull this off? Let's begin. Brian Flores is not a new name in football. He has been coaching in NFL for many years. He started his career with New England Patriots. There, he learned under Bill Belichick. He helped to design defenses that won Super Bowls. Flores later became the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. In Miami, he took over a struggling team. He changed the culture. He made them tough. He made them competitive. Even when Dolphins did not have a right talent, they played hard. They played disciplined football. After leaving Miami, Flores became the defensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings. Since then, the Vikings' defense has improved greatly. They played fast, they play aggressive, they confuse quarterbacks, they force turnovers. This is why Flores is so respected across the league. Mike Florio reported something very important. He said the Cowboys are rocking. The words matters. It means Dallas is not taking publicly, but behind the scenes they are watching and they are planning. Florio also suggests that Dallas is destined to fire Matt Eberflus. This comes after what many describe as disastrous reunion year. The Cowboys' defense struggled. There was confusion, there was breakdowns, and it did not help that Jerry Jones traded away the defensive best player just 10 days before week 1. That decision shocked many fans. Now, league insiders believe Dallas will go after Brian Flores' hold. And if Jerry Jones truly wants a Super Bowl, he may need to open his warrant. The Cowboys' defense has talent like Trevon Diggs, young athletic players everywhere, but talent alone is not enough. You need scheme, you need discipline, you need identity. Brian Flores brings all of that. His defense are aggressive, they breathe creativity, and they disguised coverages. They force quarterbacks to make mistakes. This is something the Cowboys have lacked in big games, especially in the playoff contention. Flores could be missing piece. What does this mean for Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys? Matt Eberflus returned to the Dallas with expectations. These expectations were not met. The defense looked unprepared at the times. Adjustments were slow. Communication broke down. In NFL, results matter. And then when results are poor, changes happens. If Flores become available, Eberflus' time in Dallas may be over. That is the reality of the professional football. Minnesota does not want to lose Brian Flores. They know his value. Their defense is improved under him. Players respect him. Management respect him. The Vikings may offer more money. They may offer more control. And of course, they may promise long-term stability. This could turn into bidding war. Dallas versus Minnesota. And possibly other teams too. Jerry Jones often talks about winning another Super Bowl, but talks is not enough. A right coach costs money. Brian Flores will not be cheap. If Jerry Jones truly believes in this move, he must prove it. This is a moment of the truth. Does Dallas want to be good, or does Dallas want to be champion? Can Cowboys actually pull this off? Can Dallas steal Brian Flores? The answer is yes in short word, but it will not be easy. They must act fast, they must offer real money, they must give Flores freedom, and they must show commitment to defense. If they do, this could be franchise-changing time. The rumors is real. The interest is real. The Cowboys fans should pay close attention. Brian Flores in Dallas would change everything. The defense, the culture, the future. Now question remains, will Jerry Jones make this move on act? Let us start by looking at where Dallas Cowboys are right now. 2025 season has been painful to watch. The team struggled with the consistency. The defense failed to make big plays. The pass rush disappeared at critical moments. The biggest shock came late in August when the Cowboys traded away All-Pro linebacker and edge rusher Micah Parsons. This was not a football decision alone. This was a relationship problem. Micah Parsons and the Cowboys front office slowly grew apart during a contract negotiation that started at the end of the 2024 season. The two sides could not agree on the money structure and long-term vision. Eventually, the Cowboys decided to move on. That single move completely changed the identity of the defense. Micah Parsons was not just a great player, he was the engine of the pass rush. He was the fear factor. The offensive coordinator had to plan their entire game around him. Once he was gone, the Cowboys' defense lost its edge. The problem did not stop with the Micah Parsons trade. The Cowboys' front office made another major mistake, hiring Matt Eberflus as a defensive coordinator. Reports suggest that the Cowboys focused on Matt Eberflus very early in the process, even before Brian Schottenheimer officially became the head coach. This hire did not work. When Micah Parsons was traded, Matt Eberflus was left with defensive that no longer had a true elite edge rusher. He was unable to create a strong pass rush with the remaining players. Quarterbacks had too much time. The secondary was exposed. Third downs became nightmares. Whether Matt Eberflus remains the defense coordinator in the 2026 or he replaced one thing is clear. The Cowboys must add elite pass rushing talent, and the elite pass rushers are very hard to find unless you trade for one. Enter Max Crosby is another option, of course. This is where Max Crosby enters the conversation. Max Crosby is a 5-time Pro Bowler, defensive end of the Las Vegas Raiders. He is known across NFL league for the relentless motto, toughness and leadership. Crosby does not take players off. He does not quit, and he does not accept losing. Early this season, at the trade deadline, the Dallas Cowboys actually contacted the Raiders about trading for the Max Crosby. The Raiders said no. Instead of the Cowboys shifted their attention to the New York Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams, they successfully completed that trade. Williams has been excellent in Dallas and continued his Pro Bowl level play, but now something has changed in the Las Vegas. Late in the season, the Las Vegas Raiders made a very controversial decision. They decided to sit Max Crosby for the final 2 weeks of the season. This decision was not due to the performance. It was not because of the Crosby could not play. It was because the Raiders are tanking. They are intentionally losing games to improve their draft position. Max Crosby was furious. Despite dealing with the multiple injuries throughout of the season, Crosby had not missed a single game. He wanted to keep playing and he wanted to compete. The Raiders ignored his wishes. This created a serious fracture between the player and the organizations. The Raiders are currently tied with the New York Giants for the worst record in the NFL. They did not have a franchise quarterback. For the Raiders front office, getting the number 1 overall draft pick is extremely important. For Max Crosby, intentionally losing is unacceptable. This is a player who has spent 7 seasons fighting for the franchise that went to the 45 wins and 69 losses during his career. Reality only goes so far. Early this season, Max Crosby publicly said he wanted to stay with the Raiders and